From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather tonight.
Fred Gossage here in the Home Weather Center on this Friday night with a final look at your weather before you head to bed. Wind chill advisory up for tonight, Saturday night until 9 a.m. on Sunday for the possibility of some sub-zero wind chills across the area as we get down into the single digits tonight and again on Saturday night. Here's your hourly forecast. Now, when I show this, I want to say that not everybody is going to see that 2 degrees that's printed on there at 6 a.m. That is for areas across southern Middle Tennessee and North Alabama that still have a decent snowpack outside. So if you've looked outside today and the snow really hasn't melted away a whole lot, yeah, you may get this cold. But for those of you where the snow has cleared up a lot in your area, it may be between 6 and 10 degrees for a morning low. Partly cloudy regardless, and limited sunshine in the morning, more sun in the afternoon. But we only get to the upper teens and lower 20s for daytime highs here on our Saturday. Here's the Futurecast breakdown showing us dropping out of the teens into the single digits around daybreak. And again, Futurecast won't completely catch what's going to happen in the areas that have the snowpack still deep on the ground in that heaviest snow area. So temperatures will be colder there, but otherwise between 5 and 10 looks right. As we head on into our Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds and a northerly breeze that's going to keep wind chills in the single digits or below zero. Daytime highs only into the upper teens and lower 20s. And then we fall on right back into the single digits as we head toward tomorrow night in the early Sunday morning. But going into Sunday, we start to change this around a little bit. High pressure that's up to our north slides off to our northeast. That allows us to have a southeasterly wind here. You know, any wind from the south, whether it's fully south or it's southeast or southwest, is a warming wind and a moderating wind here. So we'll be above freezing at least briefly on Sunday. And then even warmer air next week as we get it straight from the Gulf of Mexico. We'll start thawing out beginning on Monday into the 40s. And we have 60s in the forecast by the second half of next week. Check this out here. Rain coming into the area, and it may be off and on raining for a large part of next week. And no, that is not freezing rain. That is not snow. That is not sleet. That is rain. And there may be a few thunderstorms involved as well. There could be several inches of rain, but the good news is that will be spread out across several days next week. So any type of flooding from that would be really, really low-end type isolated flooding. And then we're not going to have flooding because of getting rain on top of the snow, because it takes 10 inches of snow to make just 1 inch of water. There's a very little water content in snow compared to water itself. So if you're worried about that, don't be worried about that either. I don't see any big threat of flooding next week, but some rain definitely on the way, in addition to warmer temperatures. We're frigid through the weekend, at least through our Saturday and Saturday night here. We are above freezing on Sunday briefly, but we drop back into the lower 20s Sunday night. And then we're above freezing from there on out for the rest of the 7 days as we head into Monday and the rest of next week. 40s from Monday. Notice even the overnight lows next week are above freezing by a good bit. We're into the 60s as we head toward next Thursday and Friday. Here's a look at your overnight forecast. Partly cloudy skies as we head through the overnight into daybreak again. Not everybody's going to see that 2 degrees for a morning low. That's where the snowpack is still thick on the ground. Everybody else is likely between 5 and 10. 7-day forecast looks like this. Cold again today, not really getting out of the lower 20s and upper teens for daytime highs with partly cloudy skies out there. Partly cloudy but above freezing for Sunday briefly by the afternoon into the mid-30s. And then the thaw begins on Monday into the 40s. Rain starting in shower form overnight. Tuesday, a few showers and better chance of heavier rain coming to the area. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, maybe a few thunderstorms along the way. I don't see a signal for severe weather right now. And with all this range, the 3 to 4 inches of rain we think will happen spread out over a full week's time, I don't really see a big flooding threat around the area as well. There's a look at your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be filling in for Brian Wilson this weekend while we get ready for the roads to thaw out so we can be back to the studio. So I'll work at home and I'll be filling in for Brian. I'll be back bright and early at 4 a.m. with your wake-up weather forecast.